Hi, my name is Amanda Rose, and I was a makeup artist for Dilectione. So when Joe initially told me about this new project, I immediately fell in love with the project. I loved the characters. I loved the story. I thought it was very unique and really incredible. One thing that I really loved about it was that it was very special effects heavy. So there was a lot of blood, a lot of gore, a lot of special effects makeup that needed to be done. So that was something that I was very excited about. And once he told me, immediately I had a million different things going through my head, how we can do this, how we can do that, and it was just really cool. So I had a pretty unique experience with the process of this film because I am married to the director, and so I got to see every step of the way, from writing the project, having it on paper, to seeing it on the big screen, which was really, really cool to see my process with the makeup. Initially I have to go through figuring out what I'm going to do with the makeup, how many people I'm doing, what I'm doing specifically, kind of draw it out and figure that out first. Then, we got to make sure we have all the necessary products to do it, and then actually doing it, which was very fun, very fun. So Joe and I really communicated very well in a sense of what we want for these characters makeup-wise. He was very imaginative with what he wanted with all of this, and he had very specific points that he wanted to touch. Other than those points, he kind of let me have free reign on, how we do it, what we do, stuff like that. For example, one of the actors, we kind of had to make him, look a little bit like he's been dead for a little bit, which was a little bit tricky to do. It definitely was pretty time consuming, but Joe had his ideas of, he wants this specifically and that specifically. Other than that, do as you want. And me and my assistant, we, just kind of took it and ran with it, and I think it turned out really cool. So my first day on set was one of the longer days on set for sure. It was the pool scene with Marina. She was very, very good, getting the makeup done. She was kind of, in a little bit more of an uncomfortable situation, with her costume and having to go and swim. So that was something that I had to work on as well. I was outside of the pool, so that whenever she had to come out, I had the robe for her, so she was ready for that. Doing the makeup was really, like I said, a little bit of a longer experience. I had to do like stab wounds on her back. Additionally, when we put her and set her up where she needed to be for the scene, I was also there to kind of like pour makeup on, or pour blood on her, which was very fun. So I was there setting up everything, making sure it looked like a murder scene, and that was really fun as well. So the eye symbol, I actually had the opportunity to kind of design it a little bit and see, how we wanted it. It was the almost like trademark symbol that the killer in this movie leaves on all of their victims, to kind of put it all together like a puzzle. So I was able to, sketch it out and, draw it out, and then eventually be able to put it on the actor's hands. And I did it actually so much in this film that it literally was, it took me like 2 seconds to do this eye symbol on their hand and make it look bloody and nasty. So it became kind of like second nature. Like I could do that with my eyes closed now. It's cool. So that scene was one of my favorite scenes to be on set for and to film. There was a lot that went into it. We had to do 2 different pretty much bodies for makeup. So I had my assistant come in, and she was amazing helping me. I love you, Maddie. So she came and helped, and together with both of the bodies, it took roughly about 4 hours to do both of their makeup. The first person that we did, we kind of had to make him look like he had been dead for, a few days maybe. So kind of a little bit decaying, a little bit green, a little bit almost like a zombie. And and we also had like a prosthetic on his chest to make it look like it was ripped open, and made him look just deceased. So we did that, and then the other actor that we did, Cheryl, we had her eye was removed by the killer in the movie, so I had a prosthetic there. I also had a prosthetic on her neck because she had her throat slit as well, and she actually that was really fun because the way that she was killed in the movie. There was obviously a lot of blood on her. She had the most blood, I think, of anybody in this film. So we actually went over to her. We set her up where she needed to be with the heart in the hand or in the eye, and we just took a cup of blood and just poured it, and it got, we made sure it was kind of contained so it didn't get too far out. But that was it was a mess, but it was awesome. The process of creating, a dead person or a creature or anything like that in a movie, for me personally, when it comes to like dead bodies, I want to make sure that it looks as real as possible, and there's nothing in it that, could look like, oh, that's makeup. So I make sure that, we establish, how this person, died, what the wounds were, what caused it, what, all of that into it, kind of like sketch it out first so we can establish, what we want here, what we want there, what would happen if we did that, what would happen if we did that. So we kind of set it up that way, and then, once it comes to life, I want to make sure, obviously for me, I love, horror, I love horror movies, everything like that, horror, makeup, gore, I love it. So for me, the more fake blood, the better, but it really just does depend on what we're kind of going for. But yeah, that's kind of the process. So the last day on set, I didn't actually do any makeup. I was kind of just there, however Joe needed me to help, I was there to help. And so it was actually a really beautiful day. We drove out to Boulder City in probably like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was before the sun rose. We got to watch, all together with the actors and the crew, watch the sun rise and set up and everything. And it was very peaceful, very calming. Unfortunately, I believe the few days before this shoot, one of our crew members passed away. So I think Joe did a really great job of kind of dedicating this day to him, and it really did feel like he was, there with us, and it was really beautiful. Oh man, the red carpet was so cool. I never really thought that I would, make it to the red carpet, but it was a really amazing experience seeing everybody again. I really loved working on this project with everybody. Everybody was so talented, and I remember, behind the scenes, everybody was just laughing and having a good time, and it was really, really, really fun to work with everybody. We kind of established like a little family with this project. So getting to see them again was really fun, and having it be, a red carpet event and seeing the movie on the big screen made it even more magical. So that was incredible. Oh yeah. So I don't have any really big projects coming up for me at the moment. I'm just kind of taking this time to really just practice my craft and improve and learn. I'm a firm believer in, you never stop learning. You can be so good at something, but you're always going to learn. So I've been making it a point to do different makeup looks, practice different things, different techniques, post them on my Instagram. So if you want to go check that out, my Instagram is Amanda_Rose_Cosmo. On top of that, I have my YouTube channel as well, so I'm going to start, posting on there pretty regularly, and that's pretty much it.